Today's tax question comes from Brian. Brian says, I just filed my taxes for 22, 23, and 24. Me and my kids' mom are divorced. The court order says that I'm allowed to claim our three kids for taxes. I just found out all my taxes got rejected because she claimed the kids. What can I do to get my refund? Brian, this actually happens kind of often. You file your taxes expecting a refund, and then bam, they get rejected. You get a code that says dependent social security number already used on another return. In other words, someone else has claimed your child. Maybe it's an ex spouse, maybe it's a grandparent, or simply just a mistake. But now the IRS has frozen your refund, and you're stuck in the middle of a tax war. Today, I'm going to explain the IRS Tiebreaker Rules that determine exactly who legally gets to claim a child when two people try to file the same dependent. The IRS doesn't care about your divorce decree or what your personal agreement with the other person was. They care about federal law. And here's the hierarchy of who wins. Rule number one is the relationship test. If one person is the parent and the other isn't, like maybe a grandparent, a aunt, or a friend or something like that, the parent wins. Game over. Rule number two is the residency test. And this is the big one, the most important. If both of you are parents, let's say you're divorced or separated, like in your case, the parent that the child lived with for the longest period of time during the year wins. You want to literally count the nights that the child was with you, count the nights that the child was with the other person. 183 nights is going to beat 182 nights, and it's literally that simple. Rule number three is the income test. What if the child lived with both parents equally? Then the parent with the higher adjusted gross income, or AGI, gets the dependent. So what do you do if you know that you were right, but your return was rejected? First off, don't try to e-file again. You want to print out your return on paper and actually mail it in. The IRS is going to process the paper return and will probably pay out the refunds if you were entitled to them. But then they're going to audit both parties to see who was telling the truth and who was actually allowed to claim the child. So you want to make sure you have things like school records, medical records, or a lease to prove that the child lived with you. Fighting the IRS over a rejected dependent can trigger audits that'll open your entire financial life to scrutiny. Don't fight the IRS alone.